What is up, everybody? This is Naz, and we've got Daniel here today. We're going to be building a really cool 3D modern portfolio. Again, the point of this is for you to learn, for us to learn at the same time. But we got a really cool design for you today. We're building a 3D portfolio website with Next.js13, with React 3 Fiber, with Spline, with TypeScript, with TailwindCSS. Pretty much all the cool stuff, and pretty much at the same time, we're gonna be learning with you the Next.js, the newest Next.js13, because there's been a lot of changes that came about with it. Completely different structure in terms of how you actually code, and so we're gonna be learning together with you guys. And so if you wanna come on, join with us, you of course are always welcome to. But anyways, let's go and do this. Let me go and share this with you. We've got Daniel. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Ready to do this.
Yes. Awesome. All right, so we're going to be using Code Sandbox. If you guys want to go ahead and go to the Code Sandbox where we actually are coding live, you can actually preview completely from there. The link is down below in the description if that's what you want to do. Let me see if this works. Oh, this works actually beautifully. Let's go.
Nice.
Ooh, here, actually, I want to go here. There we go. So let's start with this. So let's show them the design, by the way.
Yep.
Here's the design. Oh, look at this design, you guys. We got this design here. The modern portfolio. These are going to be 3D icons, right? Using Spline, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. They're already exported, but yeah, they were made with Spline.
We're gonna make with Spline. Yeah. We're gonna put up like a really cool desk for you. So again, you would actually, the goal here is to build this out, and of course at some point later on in the future, we're gonna create a full-on how do I say this, a full-on tutorial on this as well from start to finish. But we're gonna be building this in the next few days with me and Daniel. So anyways, this is gonna be really interesting. We've got the about, the skills, the experience, the projects. This is gonna be like, hello, my name is this. Got some cool 3D objects, of course. Let's see here. What else do we have? We got the get in touch button. What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys.
Nice.
Good to see you guys. Hello. Then we've got a little bit of description about you. We've got here are some of my skills. We might actually can make this into like circles or something like that. So really depends. Some more CTA action going on. Your work experiences, so some of the work that you have done previously. This could be your projects as well. Mostly it's just your work. And then we got projects, and you'll be able to actually scroll through them like this or horizontally, which is gonna be really cool. And then from there, there's a chance for people to get in touch with you. So let's just say you're a developer and people are interested in your development or app from scratch or UI UX design. Then they'll be able to contact you. And so of course we'll tie this into, what should we use this? Do you think this should tie into directly into like SendGrid or something like that? Should we use that potentially?
I was thinking like, I think there's a service called I've used, I think for my first portfolio, which obviously gonna upgrade with this, but I believe I use something called NodeMailer. Like
NodeMailer? Yeah, I know SendGrid is another very popular one that we could use as well. SendGrid.
Yeah. I know NodeMailer, I think is more open source, and it's actually a really powerful way of being able to like handle like emails and like different methods. But yeah,
send emails with Node.js. Okay. Yeah. So we'll see whichever one we use. But the goal for today is like, I think today the goal is just to complete this header top section. I think that's what we'll do.
Yep.
That's the goal. And then of course, towards the end, the goal is to make this mobile friendly pretty much. We're gonna be using TailwindCSS for this again. React.js, Next.js actually, version 13, the newest one. And then we're gonna be, and then from there, what? React 3 Fiber.
Yep.
And TypeScript, of course. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much ready to start building.
Let's do it. Let's see what some cool music here we got here. I know this one's good.
Sick.
What is up, everybody? What's up, Iman? All right, let's open up our portfolio here. Okay, so Next.js13, Daniel, is very different, huh?
Yeah, it's different. Like I saw they finally did the stable release, which even though yes, it's definitely a little bit more harder. It's not as like there's a little bit more of a learning curve with the update, but it's just once you get over that little hump, it's like
Yeah,
what they have done for this new update. It's actually really powerful, introducing things like React Server components,
yeah,
the font optimization tools, and everything they've brought into this newest latest stable release has is gonna really change the game for the way websites are built. Like I mean,
yeah.
Next.js
Agreed.
is one of the
Agreed.
best.
We should do like a video. Be cool do a video actually summarizing everything
Yeah.
that Next.js13 has done that changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Next.js is
So
just killing the game in the in front of development game. Honestly,
yeah.
it is exactly what we use to build all of our projects. We'll use
Yep.
we haven't used Next.js13 yet, so we're moving to that slowly. Um, Someone asked Naz, are you working on a Solidity tutorial? Yes. I'm my goal is to launch it by next week. It's been a process. It's a very long tutorial, guys, and I have been working on it very, very difficult. A lot actually. Just really diving deep into the core basics and core fundamentals. So I'm excited to teach this to you guys because
Oh
there's a
yeah.
lot of good stuff. I'm honestly teaching like tons, from mappings to structures to building actual like apps with Solidity. It's insane. So look out for this. Hopefully next week. Yeah, I think that's the goal here.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it too. Even though like
Beautiful. So let's do this, man. Let's just kind of
yeah.
build something, I guess.
Cool.
So
Yes.
basically, what's changed here is we used to have pages folders right here. That's how we used to build
Yep.
projects, right? But now we don't. We have like something called layouts and page.tsx, right?
Yeah. And yeah. Now it's in a different structure. So instead of using the pages directory, use something called the app directory. It's just a different folder. Instead of pages, it's called app. And
Yeah,
then the way you set up the routes for pages is different. So like for example, page.tsx in the current structure
that's
is
the
going to
main
take you to
page. Looks like, right?
the main
That's the
page.
main page. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
And they also introduced something called layout. So if you need to provide a wrapper layout for like say you have a layout that's used for multiple pages,
Yeah.
you could actually provide a wrapper straight in the app.
But we've done that before, though. We've done that before, no? Like a layout
Yeah.
in previous
Well, I
Next.js.
mean, well, yeah, but they simplify it and it has the support for the newer features in this update. So yeah, we've done it before. Of course,
Uh
like
huh.
in like the DS project, I think we even do it for perspective as well.
Yeah.
Um, but this way they provide us the powerful features that they've included in this latest update with our layout structures. And it makes
Gotcha.
it easier to maintain and manage because you know where
Yeah.
everything is under
No,
one
makes sense.
specific structure.
Makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. So let's do this. I know there's a lot here to kind of to go over. I think the biggest thing we need to do
Oh
is
yeah.
we need to delete pretty much everything that's here.
Yeah,
So
delete everything.
I think we don't need. We just need the main section. That's pretty much it. I think so.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
And of course, we use Tailwind CSS. So if you're wondering, like, Nas, what is all this stuff? Like min H screen, flex column. These are all flex Tailwind CSS class names. Though of course, I
Yep.
think we can go over them as we are building this project with you.
Yep.
Um,
Then we'll also
so
get rid of these.
which
Yep.
ones? Oh
Just
yeah,
the classes, because
just
we're
keep it
not gonna
simple.
define. Yeah, keep
Yeah,
it simple here, because the home is just gonna be holding all the components that will actually style and everything for
be like,
the main build.
yo, look at that. That
So
refreshes pretty fast, actually. I'm surprised how
yeah,
fast that refreshes.
because I think they use Rust now for the compiler, so it's gonna be
Yeah,
a lot quicker and things like that.
really,
So
that's
yeah, they
interesting.
use Rust.
Yeah.
Um,
So I guess let's get started. So I think to get started
yeah,
here with us, well, we need to divide this up into like whenever you build like a project like this, I always like to divide this into like different sections, right? So
yeah,
we've got like what? We've got the I call this what? The navigation section, right? So let me go ahead and do
yeah,
this navigation section.
yeah.
Then we've got like
Navigation
the banner section, right? Let me go and do it like this. There we
banner.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so boom. So nav bar, we got the banner, like somewhere around.
Hmm.
This could be probably one thing, and then this is like the call to action stuff.
Hmm.
And then from there,
Yep.
this is where everything else goes, right? So from
Yeah.
there we get that. So I think the first thing is just gonna be the nav bar, correct? And then
Yes.
go from there.
So let me.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up the Code Sandbox site in a separate tab, so I have it right there in front of me. So I'm gonna do something over here and then close
Let
that
me
up.
continue with Google here. Actually, let me go ahead and do this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let me log in so I can actually get all the code stuff for this design. There we go. Nice. I can actually use it now. Okay. So just thinking here out loud, we have a specific font here that's being used, correct? So maybe let's modify that font, Daniel.
Yeah, so first thing we're going to do is we'll get the font added. So I'll upload the file for the font, which will store the font inside the public folder, because these are asset files. So whether you have fonts, audio, or even the 3D models that we'll end up using, they're static assets. So you always store those in the public folder, which you'll see right under app.
Gotcha.
So here, I'm going to create another folder within public, which is going to just be holding the fonts, so we know what's what.
So inside here, basically. So we have a font. Yeah. And where are we getting those fonts? Just so people know as well. So we create a fonts folder right there. Okay. Yeah. And where are you getting those fonts specifically?
So there's a plethora of sources where you can get your fonts from, depending on who provides them. And I believe I get mine from a specific resource. I'll grab it right now.
I think it's called. We have the font is called Gilroy, is what it's called.
Yeah, Gilroy font. But
Gilroy font. That's a Gilroy.
Yeah, it's under, I believe, Font Spring, or actually, I think it's under his main site, because I think the guy who created the font actually has his own site for these fonts. Yeah. So here, I'll share it with you in our Slack.
So Font Spring. But is this a paid font or no? Is this a free font?
No. So I shared a link with you in Slack, which is gonna have the font from the main site, but you could download 2 for free.
Really?
And you could buy the others if you want them. So the 2 for free is the light font, and then the extra bold font.
So I'll put the link here in the chat if anybody wants to get this font. So that's cool. Actually, you can get them for free completely. Yeah. So I'm gonna download that for free right here.
Yeah, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see which fonts you actually get for free. So you can see these are all the different styles. You get the light and the extra bold.
Light extra. I think that's all we need, right?
Yeah, those are the only ones I've used so far, and I think we'll be good.
This is a good font. It looks really clean. I like how clean this font is, actually. Yeah. Wow.
It just works really well with the overall design. So I really like the designer's choice for the font. So it was a must.
What we do is we take this guy. So here's our font that we downloaded. We take this Gilroy Light and Gilroy Extra Bold, right? And then from there, what do? We go to our 3D portfolio, and then we literally just drag it in to actually push it in there, right? So we just literally take this.
That's all you need to do.
And we just drag it in.
Yep. Go. And now we have the fonts in there. So that's the first step, is actually getting the files to actually allow us to use the font. And now we gotta be able to add them. We're gonna actually add the font as a Tailwind class, so that we could just use it anywhere.
Yeah, so it's weirdly weird in Next.js. So adding fonts in Next.js version 13 specifically is very different, right? From what I believe.
Yeah, it's different, but it's better than anything else.
So is this the documentation that we can use right here?
Yeah, you want to go to local fonts. So if you on the right side, you'll see it splits the different sections.
Right there. Yeah.
They provide Google fonts automatically, and you just import those. But local fonts is relatively the same. We just have to find them, and I'll show you where in the Code Sandbox.
So it says import local font. So import next font local and specify the source of your local font family. So we literally just go like this, and you put this into app.js, correct?
It's different. I'll show you right now. Let me see. Where did I see that font, Gilroy?
If you want to use multiple files for a single font family, interesting.
Yeah. So I'll show you the code you would set up. So where we're gonna set it up is we're gonna create a folder actually inside of app. So
inside this app folder right here. So right there, pretty much, right?
Yeah, right there. So if I go to it, what we're gonna do is in here, Yeah, we can do it right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a directory. I'm gonna call it lib, which is gonna be like basically like a mini library, and inside of it, I'm
Right
gonna create
here.
a file called right there inside app. I'm gonna create a file called font.ts.
Is that what you're supposed to do? So let me see. Local fonts, import next font local, and specify the source.
Yeah, you can start anywhere. So this is using the pages directory. So we're not gonna really use this one. Yeah, you see the documentation you're using. If you go back to the docs, you see where it
Yeah.
says using pages router. Click on that. Use app router because we're using the app router, not pages.
Ah, these fuckers. Okay.
And we don't have to specify it necessarily in layout.tsx. We could specify the structure for this font anywhere, and we could just. I'm actually show you a cool way of specifying this font and how you could store it as a CSS variable.
And then
And
you
be
can
able
also
to,
you can also use it with Tailwind CSS right there. See?
that's exactly how I'm gonna set it up. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that one. So basically,
So
we created a lib folder, then we created a font.typescript folder right there. Are you in that TypeScript folder? There we go.
yeah. So what you import is something called local font. It's a function from the local font.
So right here,
From
so it's
Next.js.
import local.
Yeah.
Yeah, import local file from font local. So it's this one right there. So we take that one, and then we define the font. Ah, I see. So we define the font right there. So we do Gilroy is equal to local font.
Yeah. And you
Okay.
could specify multiple sources for. So if you know you have more than one font style, you could specify multiple sources. Like we have one for the light font, which is the weight of 300, and the one for the extra bold. So the two free fonts
Nice.
we got, you could
Yes.
specify both of them here, and you could actually use each one when you specify a different font weight when you use the
That's
font.
cool. That's cool. Okay, and then at some point we have to actually define which fonts to use, right?
Yeah, which is you use it like any regular font. So right here, if you see, there's something called variable at the very bottom. So I'm
Yeah.
actually storing the font in a CSS variable, which we connect to our Tailwind CSS. So
Gotcha. So now where do we go from there now?
so now we'll go to the Tailwind config.js, which should be at the basically at the bottom of the files. So you have to scroll down. It's Tailwind config.
Ah, right there.
Yeah, and then we'll show you how to add it right now. So
And is there a place where you found this information? Like, where did you actually look this up? Oh, there's actually someone watching us.
no,
That's
it's
great.
yeah, it's actually in the documentation. So it should say with Tailwind CSS.
Yeah, right here. Can we use the Tailwind through a CSS variable? And down below, we use the font inner. Ah, I see. So you go to lay.tsx. And then you specify the font right there. Looks like, right? Roboto and variable and so forth.
Yeah. And then you can scroll down. So you could use it that way, but they show you actually how you
the
add that
config.
CSS So if you go back to the config, you add it by extending the font family. So they have a list of font families, and we could actually extend that list, and we extend it and pass in the environment variable.
So we do this extend section. So you have a theme right there, basically. Have you created that?
So font family.
Font family. There we go.
The family, and then you specify that.
Yep, and then you literally just go. Instead of doing sans and mono, you just give it a name,
Gilroy.
correct?
Yeah, you do like this. So we'll call it Gilroy.
Yep.
And then pass in like this. You just pass in string. You pass in var like you're calling an environment CSS variable. And then it was -- font. You always start with the double dash, then dash Gilroy. Whenever you specify CSS variables, you always start with the double dash line.
Gotcha.
And then I believe you could also specify a backup font, which I think I do. Family.sans. So in case this font has an issue, so I'll show you a special thing that Tailwind provides.
So by default, you're saying by default there's a sans family that we have, basically, correct?
Yeah, because I believe Gilroy uses the sans type, so it'll just be a fallback in case our Gilroy font doesn't load in.
Got it. It looks like we have a failed to compile. So do we have to like recompile this? I'm guessing. Let me see here.
Yeah, see if we refresh, cause shouldn't issue.
Let's see here.
Let's see what it's saying. Unexpected token. Let me see.
Oh yeah, right
Just
there it
make
is. I'll restart. Hold on. Let's try to restart. Let me restart the whole thing. Actually, no, it did fail. Failed to start a server already. Wait, what? Let's screw up.
/ fonts correctable OTF. Or honestly, I'd say we keep the lid. Let me see if I can move it out. Just so I just moved it out.
Of the public, you mean?
No, actually, so that lid folder I created, I
Yeah.
just pulled it out. Let me see, because it's ./public/fonts.
Close others. There's a log right here that it says that something has to do with global.css and expected token.
Okay, check it out right now. Okay.
How did you import the font? So we have public here. So it really depends. Maybe it's the path.
I think it could be the path too.
I think what if we just do it like this, for example? Let's see here.
Is it just? I thought it was maybe ./fonts, because I don't know if it automatically knows what the public folder is, the static one.
Let's see anything. Let's see. Restart. Okay, actually, I'm starting the server. Looks like. Hold on. It's still restarting. Hey, maybe it worked. Let me see. Compiling fav icon.
Looks like it's fine.
I think it compiled.
Let's see.
No, it's still compiling. Never mind. Hold on.
No, it's compiling on my screen. Yeah. And just to verify, no, it's compiling for me.
Wow, it's very slow. Wow, horribly slow.
Is it showing the?
No, it's doing next dev and then it's doing compile successfully. It's just trying to compile everything, but it's taking its sweet time.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
What is up, Kishan?
Oh, I can see one thing I might be doing wrong.
What do you think we're doing wrong? Oh no, look, it worked, bro.
So it's loading, but I don't know if it's the font. Let me do one more thing. Because that path feels weird. Like I feel like the path is wrong still.
You think so? I think it's good.
No, I could tell the text isn't using the font. It's not using the font at all. So what I'll do is, this is actually fine in here, so I can move the lid back. Moving that wasn't the problem. So I think it's just a way where the path is defined wrong. I feel like either this way.
It says font that is out of sync. Which document would you resolve? Server version, whatever the server is. Okay. So you're saying that's.
I'm trying to see if I can compare it really quickly just to make sure.
Let's see. Oh, don't you need to define it as a TailwindCSS object though? Like set it as a class name?
Yeah, I already did that.
I already did that. Oh, inside the layout? There it is.
In the config. Yeah, in the config.
But doesn't it have to be like this though?
Let me see. Like what?
Dash font glory.
Yeah. So we go to font.ts font glory. Yeah. So I specified it fine. Yeah. So that's fine right here.
Font Gilroy. So we have that one. Let me see. Let me go back to here. Yeah, that's fine. And then if I inspect them on this one, technically. The font on this one is...
No, you don't define it like that. It's actually a class. Gilray, font Gilray. It automatically adds it as a class.
Oh no, it went to a fallback font. Looks like. From what I see, just letting you know, went to like some kind of an inner. Yeah, went to a fallback font. Is that the font that? I don't think it's the Gilroy font right now.
Let me try else. Okay, let's see. Nope, wrong thing. Dang it. Okay, there it goes.
Oh my goodness.
We'll get it there.
Bro, holy shit! What are you doing?
I'm changing the path.
I think maybe we need to figure out. I think this. Well. Okay, let's try it here.
Because I'm trying to see.
No, nothing, Daniel.
How nothing?
Tailwind here.
That's how you're supposed to specify it.
But okay, so question here. Okay, question.
Yeah.
So you specify Gilroy is this font family, but aren't you supposed to import this somewhere though?
No. Because if you go back to the top, I mean, maybe we can move this.
That's why I'm like, how about we try the other way around? Hmm.
Okay, yeah.
What if we try the other way, which is like where you specify here in the top, inside layout.tsx.
Yeah, I mean, we could try it that way because the way I have it set up is it works for me, but
Maybe
yeah.
it's code spaces, because code spaces is probably different than VS Code stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try it that way.
Okay. And I think the biggest problem is that give me a second. I'm gonna put it back real quick because I already see an issue. So if we go to layout, so if you look at layout,
yeah,
layout.tsx,
yeah,
they're already loading in a fucking a Google.
They're already loading in one. Then let's just okay.
Oh no, that is the root cause.
So you just remove that kind of stuff, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if that actually changes anything. Then we go back to what? To the TailwindCSS config?
Yes.
Oh, that's all good though. That seems to be to me like it's all good.
Maybe I could. I'll test it out and move it over, but. Let me try this.
You gotta do it this way, huh?
Just to test it out really quick. Logic can't resolve. Let's see what they're talking about. Okay, so I can't resolve that structure. So let me see.
Yeah, it's the source. It's the source of where it's saved. So I think.
Goes back one. It gives me to go back one.
But.
See, now it's fine.
But do you think that's the actual font though?
Should be.
Let's see. So it does say font Gilroy though, right there.
Yeah, like the environment variable. Does it allow you to link anywhere? Font Gilroy.
So it does say font Gilroy.
Let me do something. Web store just to verify. Just to verify.
What are you doing there, Daniel?
Just using a font checking tool to see if it recognizes the font. Like, is it behind? Because it's definitely still using a different font.
Let me try this. Hold on. Maybe it's because of actually let's try this. Hold on.
Cause like the way.
Oh, wait. Maybe it's. Maybe it's like this. Wait.
Yeah, cause I think it was working.
You think so?
Yeah. Maybe not. What we can do is we could change it back for a quick second, and then so yeah, cause you have to specify the direct paths, cause it's not like it knows exactly what public is by default. Okay, so open that back. I'm gonna open this up in a separate tab again.
But you see how they're actually saving this? Like, if you want to use multiple files for single file source can be the array. But how do you actually, where do you actually save it? Because I believe you save it inside.
Well, you typically always store them in, like, for me, like I like storing them in public because it just
Which makes sense. Which makes sense.
Storing static assets.
Yeah. Let me see. Next.js, font path, and public. Dun, 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 dun.
Let me see.
Oh my goodness. This is.
I know.
Just install a font, huh?
Yeah, this is crazy. Why are we have what's that slash public fonts Gilroy.
How about we put the font inside the app?
Yeah.
Just put the font inside the app. I have an idea. So just for now, okay? Put the font inside the app. Yeah, like this. Yeah. I don't think, yeah. So put those fonts inside the app. Then what we can do is, because I'm bringing it to the documentation here. Then what we can do is we can just do /, because we're technically doing this inside. Where are we doing this? Let me see here.
Can we move it back?
Can we just go to the app here? Font.tsS right there. Can I do that then dot? Hold on. /lib-fonts. Lib-fonts. There we go. And then for the variable, we go into the layout. Aren't we supposed to do the class name thingy or no?
Let me see. That's one way, but Tailwind CSS allows you to define a class name, and it prefixes the font name. Because I've done it like this. Well, I mean, there's a couple ways. This is the Tailwind CSS way.
Yes. Oh, look, now the font is different.
I think it's sans though. It doesn't look great.
No. But now, hold on. There we go. Look, look. Did you see this? Look.
Yeah.
Do you see? So maybe it is the font, bro.
No, that's not the font.
Really?
No.
Damn. Fuck. I was really hoping that was the font, man.
I could tell by the characters that it's Times New Roman. It's definitely not Gilroy. Yeah, Code Sandbox is making this.
Okay, let's not use Tailwind CSS fonts then. I think let's just use normal fonts. I say screw that. I'm gonna just do it this way, okay? Look, I'm gonna go to layout.tsx. Okay, import the local font into there. Okay. Then I'm just gonna define that font like so. Boom. define the font. I know that it's gonna be really mad at me, so I'm just gonna go here. Since I'm in the layout, I will say here .lib/ I believe it's like font slash and I believe it's Gilroy Light. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. I need to actually copy this one. Rename. Boom.
That's the extra bullet if you want to use that.
I want the light one. But how do I do? Hold on. I need to define multiple ones. Light.otf. Display. What does display mean?
We don't need display.
No, we don't need display. We do, however, need. I believe here in the font.tss, here you specify. So that's just how you do it. You go like this. So I can just
weight.
I just copy this whole thing. Look. So let's just go to here. Boom. 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 There we go. There's a local font.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if you want to do it the way they do it, we just go to the body and you specify class name.
Mm-hmm.
Then
so then
do that. So then you specify.
We don't need this variable
font.
thing, right? We don't need this variable in that case.
Oh well. I mean, let me see.
Yeah, I think so. So we say my font.
Yeah. Class name, but yeah.
Yeah, but you would do it on the body, on the HTML potentially, no? Not on the body.
Body. On the body is what contains the HTML content.
No, I'm saying like here. You can do it here. You can say class name.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying here. So you can do like class name.
Yeah.
Is equal to, and then here specify like local font, right?
No.
Oops, wait.
The variable. It's a
my font. Sorry. My font. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, there we go. No?
No. Yeah, that's the font.
That's the font?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I think let's just do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you input the font once anyways. You know what I mean? And then I think in the actual tutorial, when we do the real tutorial fully, then in that tutorial we can do a proper way.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's good.
Yeah. Let me see here. So then do we need the font.tss or no?
We could just get rid of that for now.
Yeah, delete that one then. Okay. There we go, guys. Thank God. So we got the my font, that local font. Awesome. That was step 1. Now we want to do what? Let's go ahead and maybe we'll create pages where everything's gonna be, right? That's the home page. So
yeah, we can
inside
do it there.
so inside there, let's create the navigation section, correct? Yes?
Yeah, we could create like a header component, which is header component is gonna contain the navigation and the well, maybe not the canvas, but yeah, we could start off with navigation.
So like this header, I'm inside page.tsx, by the way.
Okay, for sure.
So we got the header. So we're creating this header component structure. So should the header component, should we include as well all of this stuff as well, or no?
Okay. So the header.
You're talking about the headers, all of this.
Yeah, because of the way I have to structure things. So that will be the header, but we'll break down things inside into their basically their own components.
Got it. So the header is all of this pretty much, guys. This is the whole header. I'll call it a banner. I think that to me is a better name, but a header is fine for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And now to create a new component inside.
So inside app, you could create a components folder.
So we say new directory, right? New directory.
Yeah, new directory. Yeah.
So you want to create that? So create a new directory inside app. Let's call it header.
Yeah. Let me do that. Inside app.
That song is so good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Oh, we got the components folder right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna check something on top.
Do you hear this music? Hey.
Oh yeah, it sounds good.
This is a good new song. Nice. And then the components folder, we need to create the header folder, correct?
Yep, component folder. So yeah, I was just checking something on doc real quick, but we're good. What we're gonna do now is create a file. We'll call it header.tsx. You always specify that the tsx for it's a TypeScript component file.
So you can just do a right click new file to do that. There we go. Now we got header.tsx. Nice. Oh, do they have? Let me see. Do they have the?
No, the RFACE. No.
Dude, let's try that. Let's try this one. Hold on. Let's try Boxy.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Create a basic. What are you doing? Basic Next.js type.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, but that's weird. That's not how you actually do it, though.
Functional FC functional component. I think it's just typing it, letting us know that it's a component. But we don't actually need to specify this because Next.js does some of these things under the hood.
Yeah.
So we can just leave it like that.
There we go.
Let me save that.
Nice. So it did do a pretty good job. Looks like you see, it's pretty much what we have here. Same situation there.
Sick.
Nice.
So now all we gotta do is just import it. What's cool is they allow us to do auto imports. So like, if we go back to page.
If I go to layout,
like page TSX.
Ah, sorry about this. Right here, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So here, let me get rid of it so I can show you. It's kind of just like regular VS Code. So if you start specifying the name of the
header
component,
like
it did autocomplete for me. Wait, it says it's reconnecting.
Yeah. There we go. Now it's all good.
See, on my screen, I believe it shows. Maybe not. Oh no, it worked for me a second ago.
Right there. No, I got it. Look, I got it right there. Header. Oh shit! Come on.
Go.
No.
That was me. No, go do it again. Code Sandbox is a little buggy. Header. No, it's not popping up. It's like
it was a second ago.
It was popping up though, right? Oh, it's because I already imported it. Huh.
No, it's not there.
At the very
top? There we go. Oh my goodness.
Holy
Holy shit, bro. This is insanely buggy. Hold on.
Yeah. Hold on.
Hold on.
Whoa. Here we go. I already see. It's because of the real-time collab stuff. Here,
yeah, it's because it's lagging. That's why.
Yeah, it's really lagging. Here, let me clean up some of the code because a lot of random characters just started getting typed.
Wait, this is page.tsx. Wait.
Yeah, we want to be in page TSX.
Yeah, no, that's right. We are.
Here, dude, give me a second. You're not going to see it. Wait a second. Just go back. It's totally not syncing. Because we're seeing two different things right now.
Okay, I'm going to just exit out mine. Dude, mine is like wacky.
Yeah, what is going on? Okay, yeah. Close it.
This is like wacky as hell.
Hold
on, let me just go ahead and Command Z on everything. Okay, look.
The behind the scenes right here. This is fucking...
Oh, it just got worse.
Dude,
oh my goodness. Damn, guys.
This is not looking good right now. Code Sandbox, come on.
Okay, well, technically they are in beta, I will say, though. I will say they are in beta. So let's refresh this whole thing. Let me see. Let me refresh this Code Sandbox.
No, refresh mine too.
Damn, this is just bad.
We're the ones experimenting for you guys to not have to go through this pain. This is crazy.
What the hell is this thing? So export.
I'd even do that.
Export default function
home.
Home.
Yeah, and then
wow. Return.
it looks clean. Yeah, return.
Yeah.
Main.
Main. Hold
And
on. I
then
think it's because I think maybe we're trying to type at the same time. Like
I'm
and
not even
that's
typing. I'm not even typing.
really. And
Yeah, I'm
now let's
just
go ahead and
watching
do
you.
a header.
Jesus,
Uh,
man. Okay. Make sure to put that slash. Oh, we're not gonna put anything inside of it like that. Everything's just gonna be inside that single header component.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, self-closing tag. Those who doesn't know, this is called a self-closing tag. There we go.
There
And
we
it did
go.
import the header. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness.
Each
Yay.
little thing. I'm scared what's gonna happen. Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah. How is it looking? Is that looking good?
Yeah, it's looking good. We made it, guys. We made it.
All right.
Okay.
We put some text on the screen. That's great.
Let's go. Okay. So let's go back to the header. Pretend
Yeah.
like all that didn't happen. And now we're gonna start adding in some of the styling. So we get rid of the H1 because, or we could leave it for now just as a reference point.
Yeah, sure.
So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding. So this is what's really cool about TailwindCSS is it basically it's just a utility library. It's not like a Bootstrap where they provide like components like
Yeah.
drop downs. They just provide the styling classes for us so we can easily apply them. We don't have to mess with the CSS file
Yeah.
to create
Yeah.
all the classes. They define a lot of the base classes for us. First one we're going to do is I'm going to specify, I know it's a little odd, I'm going to specify a max width because I don't want this stretched out too far, especially on ultra wides because it's just content's not going to look too good when it's stretched out. So I set a max width limit so that things will be just centered but still look nice on a wide screen. So first we just specify that.
I'm going to open up TailwindCSS in the meantime. Hold on. TailwindCSS documentation.
Oh, yeah.
Documentation here.
That documentation, it has like basically everything on like any different kind of style you want, whether you're specifying a specific background color or you want to use like a margin class. They have everything, which is awesome.
So yeah, they also have components, which is pretty cool. The Tailwind UI components, that's pretty cool. But I think Tailwind UI components are not free.
No, they're not free. Yeah, you have to pay.
Are we using V3 or are we using V2 Tailwind CSS?
V2, or V3. I mean, my bad. V3.
Oh, we are using V3. Okay,
V3.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So I think we need to really spread this around because, so we need to create this div, right? Right there. Yeah. I mean, this is gonna be, so this part is gonna be weird because you might be asking, hey, how the hell do I create this mask thingy? You see how like we have this like weird thing right here? You have to imagine like almost like it's not there for now.
Yeah, because right now it's just gonna be a square div where it's also a background color on it so you can see it. What we'll eventually get to is we'll apply an SVG clip path, which is we'll cut out this path you see right here.
So this is the header div right here. We need to create a navigation div inside here, then create the center div like this. So so this is our currently header div. Then we'll create this div. Then we need to create this div, right? And then finally, I believe like this bottom div, right?
Yeah, we're componentizing everything.
Right. So let's create the top div for now. So we need to create the top section. So let's do that right now.
I'm gonna finish styling the container really quick, just so we have that set, which will make sense. So right now, I'm just gonna set the max width it can have, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna just set it with the full, so it maximizes that entire width.
So 100% as 100% with a max width, basically.
Yeah. And what's cool is I believe if you hover over the W-full, you'll actually see what the class is applying. I don't know if you can see that, but when you hover over like the class, you see how it shows you exactly what it's applying.
Oh, really? Dude, that's so good. Wow.
And then
that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. I know it's actually really cool. So center.
Is that only in Code Sandbox or is that also in VS Code?
No, VS Code. 100% VS Code. I kind of already started building this on my local, and yeah, it shows everything.
Nice.
It's perfect. And then we're using MX Auto to center itself, so it allows us to give us equal margin on the left and right side of the header. So it gets centered.
We can also use display flex to actually center this too, so we can actually use the flex. So I think
that's an extra div though. I feel like it's just gonna make it really messy.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah, those are the only thing. I mean, at the end of the day, though, So here's this is the header. I don't think so. So my honest opinion on this, bro, I don't think this should be a max width. My honest opinion, because what you want to do is, if we go to here, the max width should be on the parent component that contains all of this, the header, the section, that should have the max width. You see what I mean? The header should only stretch out to whatever the parent is. That's kind of how I always like to, when I think of building this kind of stuff, I always think about what controls the actual thing. And the main thing will control the control is the parent, which is the main parent, not the header. So if I were you, I actually wouldn't put it in there. That's right. I would actually just simply, let's do this. Let's create initially just the components. Like, for example, just the navigation components. And then we can actually maximize the width or put the max width, whichever way we want it to. You know, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, let's create just a nav section right now. For example, like, so we have like the way I see this is like, we have two divs inside here. So we have a div right there, right? You have another div. They really should have like, and then div. I really wish there was like a autocomplete. No?
I don't know if they have it in this.
Yeah, so like you see, you have three divs, right? One for the top, right there. One for the top, one for the center, and then one for the bottom. Are we going the right direction? Yeah?
Yeah.
Daniel?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, cool. Cool. So that seems to me like it's all good, right? There we go. So this is gonna be the header. This is gonna be the top. This is gonna be the, I wanna call it the nav. The nav. There we go. Then this is gonna be the center. Boom. Then that's gonna be the CTA. Boom, like this. Like there. How does that sound?
Yeah, that looks good.
That looks good. Inside that div, right? Inside that div, we want to go ahead and this is gonna be a flexbox div, correct? Because flexbox, because you can see how they're kind of like they're wide against each other. And then in TailwindCSS, let me go and put on some more music here. Okay, there we go. So, and inside this div, basically, we'll create those separate sections. So let's go ahead. So class. By the way, are we using class names again? Because I believe we're allowed to use classes now with Next.js. No, or are they still not allowing that?
Camel casing. I don't think it's.
No.
If you try to put class, it's gonna break on you. Yeah.
Flex. So anyways, we do flex and we do flex right here. So if you type in flex in TailwindCSS, they'll tell you like how to do display flex. So flex basics. Hold on, let's do. We do display. Sorry. So we hit display, and you see display flex is just flex. So we just say flex to make it a flex item. There we go. And inside that one, we have. Is that like a SVG image or is that an actual text? Do you know?
It's a 3D model. It's 3D text.
3D text, right? So it's gonna be div. I hate this like div, the way they do this. And then of course after that one we have what? Let's see here. I believe this is like one. I would say this is another group. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we could call those links, for example. So div, class name. There we go. And these are links, I would call them. So I would say here, for example, like links. Boom. This formatting is really, I really hate how it tries to format by itself. I think we need to figure out a way to prevent that from doing.
Yeah.
This is also going to be flex, by the way. Right. And then finally, the last one is going to be which one? This contact button, right?
Yep.
Name is equal to, doesn't really matter what it's equal to, but you just know that it's a contact button. And this is like contact, right?
Yep.
There we go. So now inside there, should we create ULs, unordered lists? How did you create them?
So how I created them, I use just regular anchor tags. I used actual like anchor, just A tags.
You use A tags?
Yeah.
That's fine. You can use A tags. Yeah, I think that's fine. You can use A tags. What I like to do usually a lot of times is use like li tags, and then just do with li with A tags. But that's fine. So we can do A. There we go, and we can do boom, boom, boom. There we go. How's that look?
That looks good. Yeah.
Let me see. Let's go some more. All right, so that's good. So the first A is which one? We've got about, then skills and experience, right?
Yeah, about skills, projects, or experience in projects.
Experiences?
Yep.
How does that look? Can you not highlight this because it looks green on my screen?
Okay.
There we go. Thank you. There we go. Now it's like, now as you guys can see, it's like very wonky, right?
Yeah.
So someone's asking why build this in Code Sandbox? Because it's just collaboration, a good collaboration tool. That's why. It's basically Code Sandbox is basically VS Code, but you know it allows me to collaborate with Daniel fairly easily.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. So
class
the font
name.
is definitely class name, and we're gonna use something called text large, I believe. So here, so this is just specifying a specific font size and like line height, which is like basically the height of the text, which we don't have to worry too much about. But
you can actually do this with, bro. I can actually do the top thing, text large. That way, you don't have to go to individual ones. You see?
Yeah, exactly. So
did it actually do the text large or no?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, I did. Let me see.
Okay. So let's add in the SVG, by the way.
Okay. So
this one.
Yeah, you could add it in as an SVG for right now, and then we could later on switch it to be like if anyone wants to make their own like 3D text and like spline or
Oh, like you mean like that? Oh, you mean like this right here? Oh, that'd be sick.
Something that might be easier is something from React through Fiber, which allows us to create 3D text. Which might
is
be
that what you
having
did?
to go through the work. No, actually, I use Spline, but I'm thinking I might switch it to the 3D text component that that React through Fiber
allows you.
Offer. Yeah, and it allows you just pass in text that'll convert to 3D.
Dude, why don't we just do that? I mean, if the whole point of these specific code with me is for us to learn too. Why don't we just do that then?
Yeah, for sure.
So let me see. Give me like a link of where we can actually add that in.
Here, I'll grab it right now.
3 Fiber add 3D text.
It's actually a helper library to Fiber. It's called Dre.
It's called what?
So we're gonna have to install another library which extends to React 3 Fiber, which provides a component. Here, I'll install it. So if we go back to the code, and then if we go, I believe to, let me see. I think it's this one, or do we have to use the like command line to actually do it? Because I don't think they have that dependencies. That thing that we used yesterday.
So you have to go like here. So I have to do plus here. I have to do, let's see
terminal.
here.
I think it's terminal. So
you actually have your terminal right there. So there's your terminal actually. Look.
Yeah. So if you watch here, we'll do npm, and then we'll do I at React. I believe s3/Dre. Which this is just a helper. It just basically provides components that help make it even easier on top of React 3 Fiber. So what we'll do is we'll install that, and there's documentation. I'll share the link with you in Slack, and you can show everyone.
Yeah, let's do that. So we have 3.
Oh, you know what? We also need to install 3 and Fiber.
Yeah. Let's
Once
do
we
that.
got
So,
it.
but is there a place where I can be looking at this so you can actually show me?
What do you mean? Oh, like
Like I want to
the
show documentation.
Oh, I shared a documentation to Dre in Slack.
In Slack.
Yeah, should be sent to you.
Right there. Ah. Ooh. Oh, that's sick. Okay, I can see what you mean by now. So here, I'll give you guys the links here in the chat too. So Dre, a growing collection of useful helpers and fully functional ready-made abstractions of React 3 Fiber. So you have to install React 3 Fiber Dre.
Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I installed Dre first, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have the Dre, Fiber, and 3 installed, you'll be able to use everything. So I'm just installing Fiber and 3 real quick on that same terminal.
So it says Text 3D. So see this? Is this what the one you're using? Text 3D one?
Yes.
Oh, this looks sick. Look at that, bro.
So I think that's using the normal texture, but that's pretty cool. But yeah. So I just installed Fiber and 3. So now we have everything, and we can start playing around with it. So first, what we would have to do is we have to define the canvas, which is like really easy with React 3 Fiber. You don't have to do that. So if you go here, where that div is right here, so we could set this up.
This one?
Yeah. So what we could do is go right here, we'll create it, and then we'll specify canvas. Should let me auto import, or maybe not, but we'll just import it at the top. So let's import canvas from at React -3.
So canvas, guys, is important. Like if you are trying to, canvas is just important in general if you're doing anything 3GS related.
Yes,
or anything
exactly.
Even game related, honestly, even as well. If you want to draw something, that's what you use a canvas for that.
But this is a special type of canvas that already sets up the GL render. So that thing that sets up the render already done for us. It sets up a default camera for us. All we got to do is start adding meshes to it.
Gotcha.
An example. So let's say if we want to get started easy, just to kind of show you that it's working. I think there might be one extra thing I have to do, but we'll set up a basic cube. And what's really cool is React 3 Fiber automatically injects these special JSX tags, like so box. I think it's called box geometry. So it automatically injects this. We don't have to import this.
That's cool.
So box geometry, it might show some errors, and then we specify the size. So 1 by 1 by 1, which is supposed to be in so like this. So 1 by 1 unit by 1 unit by 1 unit.
Oh, this is intense music right there.
Oh shit.
Intense music
right there. I know
it's
showing does not exist on type intrinsic elements, but it should be fine. What we have to do first is on the parent, we have to specify a width and height so that the canvas can fill it. So we'll say, just for fun, we'll do, let's do something crazy just so I can show it. We'll do the full screen, A screen.
Okay.
Just to show it.
So width screen, guys, H screen means width 100%, height 100%.
Yeah, so we'll do width full, so we'll just allow it to take the full width of the header, or as much as it can, and then we'll specify a specific height of like, let's say 500 pixels, just so we could see something.
Okay, that's fine.
And then save it. I don't know if it's gonna get mad. Oh, you see the use client thing? So this is where we're gonna get into something different. This is because it's using React Server components under the hood.
Ah, so we need to do use clients in order for us to do this, right?
Because Canvas, React 3 Fiber is client-based because it's technically just a wrapper or a 3GS renderer for React. This is Next.js, which uses React.
Oh, there we go. Now it's working right there. No, I used to. Yeah. Did you forget to extend? It's now part of the 3 namespace. Did you forget to extend?
I see. It's spelled wrong. It's spelled wrong. Geometry.
Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. And so those of you who do so for those of you who do not know, I'm just trying to explain it here. Those of you who do not know, use client because now by default, all components are server side rendered. Is that pretty much correct? Yeah. in
Yeah,
Next.js, and so you have to specify use client to make a client rendered pretty much. That's what
exactly.
that's what that does.
And there's one thing I forgot. So usually I did it wrong right here. So first I was supposed to define mesh, but inside this mesh JSX we put in the geometry we want, and then we have to specify a material. So we'll do mesh basic material. So this is going to use a basic material like in the example we used. So we specify a color now.
So box
So
geometry is specified basically like the box or the 3D box, and then
so
this is you
yeah,
specify the actual material you're gonna use, so the color, for example.
exactly. So I did one thing wrong right here.
Oh, look
Nice.
at this. There's our box, guys.
It's a 3D box, so we know React Fiber is working. So
Yeah.
what I did was, whenever you want to define a new shape, a new object, you always have to first specify mesh, and that mesh is going to contain the geometry, which is going to create the shape. It's going to define the points that make up the shape. And then if we want to be able to really visualize it, we provide a material to wrap it. So we provide a color to wrap it, which makes it even more noticeable. We can see a green box.
No, it makes
It doesn't
sense,
look 3D. The reason why is because we're facing the box directly, so we can't
Yeah,
see the other
yeah.
sides.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
Makes
things like
sense.
that. But yeah, this is just a small example of like what we can do. So I'm just gonna delete that for now because we're gonna look into
That was just for show.
Yeah, that was just for show. Yeah. I was just showing like React Fiber, but now we'll get into
So
text 3D.
I'm gonna go and get this one right here. So this is on
Yeah.
Storyblocks. Looks like, oh, that's cool. Text 3D. Oh, bro, look at this. Wow.
We could play around with different materials. We could make the fonts look different and stuff. We could do whatever we want with it.
So and this will give us the code later on in the end.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm
So
gonna
there it is.
do. Let's see.
Well, I keep forgetting. Where do we get the code though for this?
Okay, so to get the actual component, I don't know if they provide it on the storybook because I think it's optional to allow people to see the code that you use for the storybook. Because I don't think I see it there.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This is cool though.
Oh, look, that's pretty sick, yeah.
Wow. So anyways, I mean, in any case, basically, so, okay, so if we're going to do it this way, let me go back. So the way to define it here, the text 3D, we need to import text 3D, but where? We need to render text using 3JS text geometry, basically.
So it's using 3JS's text geometry under the hood.
Yeah.
And I'll show you what the import looks like.
So let's go and import that one then.
Right now, all I'm doing is I'm just kind of setting up how big I want this thing to be. So I set up a blue background on it so I can see exactly what it looks like for the canvas.
That makes sense. What 850 pixel? Yeah, BG blue. Nice. I like that.
So I might make it just a tad bit bigger so it has more width. There we go. And then just a tiny bit more height, and I think it should be good. Just so it's good enough so we have enough space to show everything.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do now is import the text 3D, which I hope it does the auto import for me just to make it easier. 3D, there we go, boom. If you look, you might not see it, but on my screen it says auto import from React.js. And if you look at the top, you see it imports text 3D.
Nice. So that automatically comes with TextJS right here, text 3D.
That's so sick. That's a React.js component.
That's sick. And then you can do like a mesh normal material. You can use any material text options. Wow. And even the font URL, you can define a font URL for it too.
Oh yeah, you can specify a unique font for it. So just to keep it simple, we'll use another mesh basic material just to see if we can see it. So if we go back, so right now I specified the text, and then under it you specify the material, I believe, and then
it says
you
module
specify
failed.
what properties. I think it's giving us an error. I think we need to pass in like a font potentially.
Let's see here. No, you don't have to.
No, right? That's what I thought.
Text 3D.
Let's see. Property font is missing in type.
So we need to specify. We do need to specify the font then.
Dre isn't showing anything for that though, but maybe.
Let's see here. So font URL.
So you have to use a special, like, you have to have the font in like a JSON file. It's called a typeface font or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which we can take a font and then we could convert it into the typeface format, and we could pass in that to the font prop so we can
yeah.
actually
So you see,
it.
so I put the font in there, but because there's nothing in there, it says not a valid JSON.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
I'm gonna share another link with you in Slack, which is something we'll potentially use. So we're gonna choose a font and convert it to a typeface font. So you could take the Gilroy.
That's not what I want. Hold on.
So we could
Choose
start
file.
with the light one for now, or the bold. It
Gil-
don't matter, but
Gilroy, the light one, right? So here, let's try this
Yeah.
one.
and then don't worry about the reverse font direction stuff.
Okay, there's our. Holy shit! What is this? This thing's huge.
I created
Look
a
at
light
this.
regular JSON. Yeah, you need the JSON.
What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna upload this to
Yeah, I put
so
in
into the fonts folder.
You put under lib too, under fonts. Yeah.
Yeah. Boom. Wow. Damn, guys, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
And we're gonna put that the URL to that in that font prop right there, and it should be okay.
That's gonna be a problem again. So we need to go. So then the URL for this is gonna be
It should be dot
back
slash
lib
mhm.
/ font / whatever this name is.
Yeah.
I'll copy relative path. There we go. Oh,
Yeah. Bam.
let's see if that work. Let's see. No, it still says not valid JSON.
I don't like the space in the name for Gilroy light regular. Like it's so weird.
Let's see your name.
I think that could be an error. So you could.
I agree with you on that one. Let me see.
So I gotta do something weird for it.
I could do underscore.
Yeah, underscore. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, we just gotta update that in the header.
But it also can be the URL actually too, no?
Yeah, potentially too. Yeah. Let's see.
Maybe you need to import it directly like this.
Oh, right. I
Import
forgot you could do it
font,
that way.
Font from, and then just specify it from there. What do you say?
Yeah. Do that, yeah. That might actually be.
And then
better.
from there we go lib. Why is the font / there we go. Just do that. And then we just go like here. That font. Font.
Go ahead.
Ooh, I don't like that.
I think it could have been me. There we go. You can see it.
Oh, bro, I see it. It's like so tiny though.
Here we can scale that up. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll scale that up.
Okay, there we go. Wow, that is tiny.
That's so tiny.
Yeah.
Look at that, guys. DJ.
Let me check something on the camera. Let me see position. 0, 0, 1. So I'll explain what's happening right here. I just want to see if it's a mix of camera position, because by default it does set a farther camera position. You might have to refresh the screen to see it. So
Let's
refresh.
Let's try it.
You might not. Okay, see now it's actually
now it's
really
too
close. Yeah, it's too close, right? So what we gotta do is just.
But also, I feel like you need to give the the canvas a little bit more space, no? Or no?
Yeah. Looks a bit better there. Let me see. That's cool that it's working right here. Okay, text 3D. Options, so font bevel, smooth.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we'd give him more width. And let me see what happens.
No, I'm saying the canvas needs to be larger potentially, man. I don't think it has to do with you, with that. I
Yeah,
think it has to do with the canvas.
No. So the canvas, the width and height of the canvas goes based off its parent width and height, which is why I'm changing the one with
I see now. So there's a canvas right there.
So refresh it again, because whenever like you change a canvas property, it
Yeah.
doesn't automatically refresh. But when you change like anything else, it should be fine. So it's like there. It's also a mix of font size. I think we could change that as well. It's not necessarily just fully on the width of the container, so I'm just gonna reduce it down a bit, just so it's not taking up too much space.
Yeah, it's a bit weird though. Well, like the DJ. Let me see. What if we do like ND?
Yes.
Like D is like a weird letter. Looks like to me, no?
I think I might know why. So I know they specify something saying if we have issues with certain issues of text display. So let me go
And then
back here.
look. So what we can actually do, you know, what we can do as well. So check this out. We can. So there's some options here. Looks like we can actually center this more top left. So what if we center this top left, for example?
Well, we could set. That's just gonna center it within its canvas. So we could do that, yeah. So you'd wrap the text 3D with center.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Center.
Top left though, I don't know about top left. What does that do?
Let's see.
We have to import it first.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then what we might have to redo that the typeface thing. So that looks way better. I like how it's kind of lined up more over in the actually in the
we need to
middle.
increase the font actually as well on it.
So first thing I actually want to do, because I think there's potential issues with like certain characters in these fonts, but there's a property on that that tool we use to convert the font that can fix that issue. So I think it's your very last tab, the face type JS. I think it's your very last tab, like in your browser. That tool we use to convert the font.
Yeah.
So what you'll do is you see reverse font direction.
Yeah.
You just do that
with
and
holes.
then
Use this to fix issues with holes and characters like D. Really? Wow.
Yeah. I don't get why, because like I haven't seen that before. I think it's the second one. So we'll just change that file.
Let's delete this one actually completely.
Yeah. So it's fine seeing error.
And I'm just gonna drag this in.
Yeah, and then just add that underscore and
just rename.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there we go. I actually think we should do a bold one. I think we should do the bold one, honestly.
Yeah, I would do the bold one.
Yeah, let's do the extra bold. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay, for sure.
Rename this one. Boom. Oops. I don't know what it is. You know how you do Command S sometimes? It will save the whole page every single fucking time.
Yeah, I hate that.
I hate that too.
Yeah. It's
this is maybe I should do a reel on this. Where like developers, like senior developers, like Command S fucking 5 times. Brrr, you know?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's see here. So header font. I think it's gonna be Gilroy. It's gonna be extra bold, I believe. Extra. Let's see here now. Let's try this one. Ooh, that looks much better, bro.
Yeah, it looks brighter. Yeah, it looks more full.
Yeah, it looks a lot more full. So, okay, let's go ahead and now, I think we need to change the color of it. Well, I mean, the color's fine, but we need to make it larger.
Or here, let me try something really quick. I can show you like how they make it look like that cool color.
Dude, that's such a cool color.
Yeah, so it's just changing material. We don't need to specify a color.
Wow, look at that.
So if you look back at it, you'll see it.
Nice. That looks sick.
You're just using a different material called normal.
Yeah, but let's change the position. Like, I think one thing I want to do is I want to like actually increase it because it's so tiny.
Let me see how we can do that.
Center.
Text options. What are text options? Okay.
Is center not an option, by the way?
No, I think right? center already does that on its own.
Yeah, this feels centered now.
Wait, I think some of the properties are wrong because we have a double.
We have someone who's like, it's 3 a.m. when they're coding with us. Are you really? No way.
Like, love it, the dedication. Type.
Let's go. Hell yeah. So we got this ND one. But how do we increase that, like that, you know, how big it is? I think that's in the text options section.
Text options.
So here, I think it's, let me see here. So, like, for example, this is text.
Scale. We have to scale the text up. That's right.
There we go. So that's what I'm saying. So, scale right here, vector 3. So right here, there's a scale section right there.
So if we go back to it, to the code, where the text 3D is, if we input scale.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, because they have, well, see, you see, it's on the, oh, there's docs. Oh, you can actually you can show the code. Yo, what's up, Nikita?
Hey, look at the font. Go, you'll see it.
Oh my goodness. Let's go, Daniel. Okay.
That's what the scale, so
the scale, that's the scale section option. Let's say, what other options do we have here? So we have scale, we have rotation, matrix, layers, display geometry. We also have material, is mesh.
Yeah. So there's different ways. You can specify the material as a prop, or we could keep doing the material the way we've been doing it, where we just specify it as like another JSX tag inside it. So there's a couple of ways of approaching it.
I like how it's dynamically moving. Do you see that? You notice that?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, it's just all they're doing is they're changing the position, the Y position up and down, just making it move between 2 values, just up and down.
I think let's keep it simple right now, and the goal is just to make it so that, like, what I want to do is I want to turn it more to the left. Like, I want our camera. I think our camera should be more like.
Not the. We don't have to rotate the camera. We'd rotate the text. And we'd make it look like we were looking. I mean,
okay.
The camera, but
so let's do rotation. So there's an option for rotation right there. Yeah, but I don't know how to actually. It says rotation is Euler.
I'll show you how it works. It's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday. So if you go back down and if you scroll over to the right, you see rotation. So you have pass in an array value. So rotation. The first value is how much you can rotate it on the x-axis. The second value is how much you can rotate it on the y.
On the y.
And the third value is how much you can rotate it on the z. It's like what we were talking about yesterday with the rotation stuff.
So you want to rotate it a little. So this is by degrees, right? This is radians.
Radians, yes.
So like, for example, okay, gotcha.
So if we want to rotate it to the left, we have to rotate it this way. We have to pass in a negative value. So this is like negative 0.1 radians.
Let's do more.
And then of course we could push the camera back if we need to in case the text is getting too close. We can manipulate this stuff.
This looks weird now.
You could change if the scale's too large, or like if you feel like the camera should be moved back more, if you like the angle.
So rotation. So let's do. So this will zoom in, I believe. Oh, hell no.
No,
That
that's
that takes it
rotating.
down. That takes it down. Never mind. Yeah, 0.
Yeah, that's just rotating it. You could change the camera position, which is kind of similar. It's XYZ.
Yeah.
So that 3 value is the Z. So if you want to push the camera back, you can. If you want to move the camera more to the left or right, you change
So
that
if
first
we, for
value.
example, if we do a position like 10. So
Oh,
again,
it's gonna be out of scene. Like, cause you're like 10 units out, and it's like you're
10
not gonna see
units.
it.
Yeah, that's pretty far. So, but I want to test this out actually. So we do 1 here. Come on, refresh for me. You can do it. Nice. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's how small like those changes make. 3.
Yeah, well, cause we have our canvas is relatively small, so
Yeah.
changes are gonna seem more greater.
Yeah.
So of course we could change the material as well. We could just use the basic material and change it to the color that we use in the design, just to make it as accurate as possible. So what I'll do is,
So this right here goes from left to right. Yeah, on the x-axis. This
yeah,
goes top to bottom, basically, is what I'm seeing.
yeah. So
Oh, this actually looks good. Look at this view, by the way. What do you think about this? This feels very 3D, no?
yeah, if you open it up in a separate tab, you should be able to see it more. Like
Yeah, let's
if
do
you open up in the
tab.
separate tab, it looks good.
Let's zoom in on this one. There we go, guys. There we go. It's kind of pixelated, I noticed, but I think it's because I zoomed in so much.
Yeah, the zoom, and then
But look at that. But this looks fucking dope, though. Look at that. ND. So what color do we need to make it? We need to make it the gray color, correct?
like a gray. It's an image, so you can't really. It's not really something you could pull from it.
Yeah, but did they use like a gray color? Looks like. That's
Yeah.
a color. If
I
we
don't know
do
what
color
gray they use.
inspector. But see, in order to make it 3D, how do you make that where the shadow is on there? You think it will do it automatically or no?
Shadow would. We would have to introduce some stuff in order to create shadows.
I think that's the
it's
mesh, no?
So what we would have to use is a different material, and then also add in lighting. So first was change the color, and then we could worry about
Okay, so let's change the color
lighting
first.
and
So
shadows.
I got the color here. So you're just gonna use color slurp to do this. So here's the color. B2, B2, B2 is what I'm getting.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
That's the
sweet.
color.
Okay. And then
So
we
we
can
do.
apply that to the parent class. So like to the div with the width and height, just to make it easier.
Oh, you
Because
can
I
do
don't
that
know. Oh wait, my bad. So right here actually. So what
on
we're
the
gonna do
mesh,
is we're gonna
right?
switch it. Yeah. So first I'm gonna change it
Change to what? Go ahead.
to the basic material, because the normal material is what gives it that like gradient color, because of like the RGB
Yeah.
like alpha channel stuff. But
Yeah.
so all you do is just specify the color in that.
So do color here.
Yeah. Of course, put the hash in front of it if it's a hex. Yeah, perfect.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of So you see, because it's just all gray, it doesn't feel like it's 3D.
Yeah. So actually, it's not basic material, because basic material won't respond to lights or shadows. So it's gonna look weird right now. You see how it looks black, right?
Yeah.
That's because it's mesh standard material is a realistic material. It needs light in order for you to be able to see it. So that's why it's black.
So we need to put light on top of it, pretty much, correct?
Yes. So what we would do is inside the canvas, so like right here, we can add in the lighting. Actually, let me test something out to see how it looks. I'm gonna add something called an environment map, which adds like a unique set of like lighting to an environment. I want to test out to see what it looks like. Preset a city. So they have like different kinds of like styling options. I want to see if it does anything. But it's giving errors. Let me see something. because I've literally done this on this project. Okay, let me see. Where is Dre? Come on now.
Oh yeah, but I actually have a because I think you need to import it. Oh, you did import it actually.
Let me make sure on something because I've used this. Let me see. Environment. Environment map texture Q camera.
Dre.
Let me see presets. Okay, city.
Environment.
I'll remove it for now if it's not gonna work, but it should be.
Try to do preset type preset forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's forest, there's night, there's dawn, there's sunset, there's studio, there's apartment, there's city, and then there's park.
We'll just remove it for now. It's not working for some reason. Damn,
No.
all these things are breaking. Yeah, but we'll just use a couple of different lights. So first I'm adding what's called an ambient light, which basically it emits light in like all directions. So it helps give the it'll help give the color back.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, it'll help give the color back. And then we'll actually use more realistic like sun lighting with directional light. So intensity is just referring to like how bright this ambient light is going to be. So we'll do something like 0.6. So
and that's defined inside React. That's defined inside React 3 fiber, correct?
Just like how we set up like that box geometry earlier.
Yeah.
It's already inside.
Here, if I can show it to you guys here. Yeah, adding light.
Yeah, React. Yeah. See the ambient light.
Yeah, so you have box geometry. So we have ambient light right there that we add. But now we need to add a point light. Is that what it's called?
Not a point light. So it's a different type of light we could use. It's a light that also emits like in different directions, but it's from a specific point. So what we won't use that one. We'll use something a little bit more like the sun, so we could get some more realistic like shadows.
Yeah.
So
because here they're using something called they're using point light. So I guess for you it can be different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's preference for the kind of lighting situation you want. So we're gonna use directional light.
Yeah, and especially the position. So think of it as like where are you putting the sun? Like, are you putting the sun on top? It's like, are you putting the sun above you? Are you putting the sun to the left of you, right? And so it's the XY position and the Z position of where are you actually putting the sun. So it's pretty cool the way it works. So like X would be like to the left, Y would be up, then Z would be like how close it would be basically, versus how far it would be is how you want to think about it pretty much.
Exactly. So now what I'm going to do is it's specified, but these lights are going to be centered right in the middle of the scene. So we have to kind of like change their positions. So I kind of want the light to be to the right a little bit up, and like looking at the text at like an angle.
Yeah, I'll say I think it should be completely up, right? Or no?
Oh yeah, we want it up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move it over to the right like by like 0.3-ish, so it's not too large, and then I can move it up by like 0.8. I want to introduce a cool tool that makes it easier to kind of like debug and play around with values, because this is just like it's always a lot changing to specific values. But we'll get into that soon. So I want to see. Do you see it like it lights up a little bit on it?
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm starting to see it. Yeah, much better.
You can you can actually see the 3D-ness of it with the shadows.
Yeah, right there, pretty much right there. Yeah.
So it doesn't add full shadows, it adds basic shadows, but we can actually make those shadows more prominent by enabling them. So
really?
We can make the shadows more prominent. So how you would do that is if you go to the canvas, we have to add a prop called shadows.
Really?
That's gonna enable shadows. And then in order for us to be able to actually cast shadows, so the next thing we have to do is we have to give the light, the directional light, the ability to cast shadows. So like when it hits something, we'll give it the ability to make shadows on like the text, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay, so let's do
how you
that.
do that is cast shadow.
Really?
Yeah. So it doesn't do it by default. And the next thing you have to do,
Ah, I see. I see it a little bit
yeah,
more. Yeah, 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 yeah. You start to see the
yeah,
shadows a little bit more. You'll notice actually. Yeah,
right,
especially
yeah.
if we remove that background color, the BG red.
Yeah, I think you can remove it.
There, look at that, bro. Is there a way
It
to
looks
increase the
good.
resolution on that one? Like, is there a way to make the resolution a little bit cleaner on that, or no?
Resolution, it could be a couple techniques. So I'm gonna actually show one. I'm gonna test out one thing real quick just to see if it works. So
Yeah.
see shadow. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Okay, so I think one potential way, if I have it
Mm-hmm.
right, let me go. I'm gonna go check out the React 3 Fiber docs. React
Yeah,
3
React 3
docs.
Fiber increase resolution, maybe?
Yeah, you could do increased resolution. Yeah, scaling performance. So let's go talk about more performance and stuff. Don't worry about manual frame stuff.
Yeah, no, I
So
won't
this
do
is just
that.
talking about like making it more performant. So you might not find exactly what you want.
Yeah. Oh, this is so clean. Look at those shoes, man.
Let me see.
Yeah, right
Nice.
there.
Yeah, I think those are using like caustic shadows and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Let's see. Yeah, because what you see how it's a little bit pixelated? Do you notice that?
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed
I
that.
noticed it too. Definitely do some research on it. Let me see if I add this property if it makes it look better. So DL and the alias true.
Ah, it says device pixel ratio. So you can set device oh, interesting. So you can do pixel ratio is equal to window.device pixel ratio.
Yeah, does it still look pixelated? Because I'm trying this property. So yeah, you could mess with the pixel ratio. You just want to be careful with it, just
Yeah,
because of
it's
performance
still,
stuff.
I would say it's still like that.
Yeah.
But let me see. Maybe on my screen, maybe it's different. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just my screen potentially because it's so tiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's see. Let me try this one right here. Oh, but oh, actually, I think I know what it is, bro. There is a smooth option that I know.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a
Let's see.
smooth option on React 3 Fiber. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
called.
specify a number.
Yeah, so if we go there. Let's see here. Yeah, right there. So we do smooth 1. Letter spacing is a factor that is 1. Right there.
Smooth. Yeah, I'm testing it out. Like it de-rendered it though.
Oh shit. What would you just put it as 1?
Yeah, well, even putting out one de-rendered it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not like that, huh?
No.
But obviously that's it adds 3 properties that do not exist in the original text geometry line behind the letter spacing. And smooth. You can align center using center component. It adds 3 properties that do not exist in the original. I'm curious why this is like, maybe is this because of this?
I don't think smooth. I don't think smooth works the way I think we think it
No,
works.
you don't think so?
No, I don't believe so. Where is this text?
I think maybe that's just how it is, honestly, because I'm looking at this text even right here. It's pretty like, I think that's just how it is. No, we should do. We should create. I mean, yeah, this 3D is fine. Like we should create the colors similar to these colors. You see what I mean, Daniel? at some point. I think
yeah.
later on down the line, we should create colors that are similar to these colors.
Mm-hmm,
You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so this is fine then. Shall we start? We just so then I think this is it, right? For just that 3D portion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's good.
So let's do this now. So let's go ahead and center all of these thingies because we need to center this in the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of these in the center.
Yeah, so you do like item center
Yeah. So we need to do item center
on
on this
the
one. Yeah.
on that top one, yeah, with flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Did it do anything? There we go.
There
Okay.
we go. I centered it.
And then what we can do too is, well, that's more for the anchor tag. So the parent, the container for the anchor tags, we could add gap between them. So we can use that gap property.
Yeah.
to add
So
them
we can
spacing.
do on inside there flex. So we say gap.
Yeah, gap. Yeah.
Do you know what?
Dude,
Oh wow! It even gives you
I think
suggestions. Look.
Yeah, it gives you a whole list of them. I think I did about 6.
Really?
I think I do about. Yes, we can. Of course, we could play around with the value and change it.
Let's see if we save that. Yeah.
Yeah, we can make it smaller. Well, of course, this is mobile, so it's not gonna be mobile responsive yet at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
So of
text
course,
is
yeah. Yeah. No.
insanely large though, too. It's like
Which
really
text?
big. Like the link text, it's pretty big.
You think so?
Well, it's not bad. Maybe it's just my perspective. I think
Yeah.
it's okay on my side.
It's not that big, I would say.
No.
No. So then we got this project, and then the contact needs to be all the way in the end. So that one need to align self. This one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a flex property called align self.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. But this aligns self vertically. I don't justify self. Is there a justify self option? I keep forgetting that one.
Wait, what are we trying to do again?
Like what I want to do is I want to put the contact all the way in the end.
So like I think how I would do it is like you would put it.
Bro, it's called justify self is what it's called.
Justify self never works.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. I've never had it like work for me. Maybe it's different
try
now. We
it.
could try it out.
Here, let me see.
If it does, that'd be fucking awesome.
Let's
Maybe
see,
refresh. If so, then that's one less thing. Yeah,
No.
it doesn't work. So what you could do is you could actually probably pass in flex 1 to it. Give it a flex of 1.
Yeah,
Basically
and
make that div.
just align it in there. Yeah, that's possible too.
Yeah, just make that div
flex dash 1. So that's so basically what you can do is you can make this be the full width, and then inside
Yeah, it'll
there,
take out the rest of the container.
and then we
you
say
specify
flex,
and
and then,
justify end.
uh,
I think it's justify end, yeah, and then
there we go.
Because that's how I do
So
it on
slow
my
to
side.
reload. There we go.
Yeah.
There's our contact. So we pretty much did what we're supposed to do. So we put that in here, put the contact. We can actually now, let me see here. What we can do is make this really cool button.
Oh, I know I did that. I made it a gradient button. Let me see. So it's contact button.
Oh, that's a cool gradient button.
Okay, yeah. So the way you make it a gradient button is you have to use. I don't know if you've heard of the before pseudo class thing.
Yeah, before and the after. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to use before.
Nice.
Here, I'll copy and paste. I'll bring the Tailwind and I'll explain it. Like first, I want to make sure it works. So what we're gonna do is we'll wrap contact. So you can wrap contact in like a button or a div because we don't want to stylize the whole thing.
This portion right there, right?
Yeah, we want to definitely wrap that because we don't, of course, want to make the container, the whole thing with the same border. We just want to make the button itself, which is going to contain the contact text. So what I can do is actually just make it an actual button. Like this. Oh, I forgot this. It's supposed to be just slash. Now we got button. And I don't know if it's still important to do this, but I know it's good to always specify that it's a button, like using that type button. And then
Yeah, it's good. It's good if you're like, yeah, it's
like
fine if you're just
accessibility stuff.
yeah. Like
So we do
SEO,
type
that kind of
button,
stuff.
and then I don't know if, okay, so I have to define class name. So it's gonna look crazy right now. I'll see if it even works. How's it looking? It's probably not showing.
Holy
anything.
shit! What did you do?
So first, I'm gonna verify if this is working.
Damn.
We might have to change something so it looks like it's not working right now.
Let's refresh this.
Oh, so.
Well, you put the button in the center. That's one.
Here, let me see. Let me just test some things out. Let's refresh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just change this up.
Can you hear the music, by the way?
Oh yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good.
It's like very chill right now.
I like it a lot. For content, why is contact in there? That's weird.
How about we just do this? How about we start with something very basic? Let's just start with like. So we do have a button. I understand. So you're adding the before content. I know what you're doing there. Let's do a first things first. Let's just create. Because I think I know what you're doing here. You're creating two divs, correct? So you're creating one div, basically that's like this div. Like here's how I'm seeing this. The before is you're creating a div that has a gradient. Then this div is inside that div. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You have this div, then you have inside that you have another div that's a black that has a background of black, basically, correct? Right?
Oh shit. Okay.
That's what before is doing. You're creating a content of before, right? That's what you were doing pretty much.
Yeah. So
and so you can do in the same manner. You can actually do it in the same way. Is you can go like this. You can go. You can say here. Yeah, there we go. You create another div. Yep, there we go. That's gonna be the center. Yep, that's gonna be the inner.
Yeah. And then we have to make sure this is relative. That was the biggest problem, was that wasn't relative.
There we go.
Yeah, that makes more sense now.
And then we can create padding. So what we can do is basically you can create actual so on this one you can actually create padding so padding, I keep forgetting, is it P dash?
Yeah, P dash. Yeah. If you want to add padding
but I want to do horizontal padding and vertical padding because they have to
be
different.
You do so PX is going to do left and right, and then PY is going to do up and down. It's going to be top and bottom. So
PX looks like PX is bigger than PY. So PX dash 4.
Yeah.
And then can we do a BG?
Yeah, you can do BG.
There we go. So you're starting to see how it looks, right? So BG and then PY, and then PY dash 3. Dude, this song is dope. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it's way too large now. No, that was too small. There we go. That looks good, right? Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's good.
And then we round that shit. So then what we do is we round it now.
Yep. Just round. Yeah.
Is it just round? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Just round it, and then you and it gives you options. And then I think you can also specify like your own custom value if you ever want a custom.
Let's see. I would say more rounded, medium.
Yeah, you can do medium, large, extra large.
Large. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I think that's okay, right? That's good? Or extra large?
Good, yeah. Let's see.
XL. There we go. Yeah, so that was pretty good. So now what we do on this one then, You don't even need a relative on this one, honestly. Then you could do what you do is you do P-1 everywhere. And then imagine that this is BG dash yellow. You'll see. Let's see if that actually worked.
The problem is it has to be transparent. Because you could layer it on top, and yeah, that is kind of like in the right direction, but you have to. There's a little bit of a different method for it.
Right, and then I do it like this. But then this has to be a very small number. It's not perfect. I think it has to be a really tiny number. How do you do like a really tiny number?
Border icon.
Let's do padding. Padding is 0.5. Okay, so there it is. Look, Daniel. And so now set this. What if we set this background to be the gradient that you're talking about?
Yeah, we definitely can, but the problem is the red has to be transparent. If you see that gradient background,
yeah,
that's where the problem lies.
Why does it have to be transparent? I don't understand.
Oh, because I'm just going off design.
Yeah, but as you see, it's still black behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, well, if you make the background of that yellow, that color, and then say you remove the red, you're just gonna see the entire full gradient. You're not gonna see a transparent.
Well, what I would do in this case is I would just do this. Hold on. What is BG black? There we go.
Okay.
You see what I'm talking about? So I would make this the same color as what this is.
Look at the gradient code.
I'm not a big fan of like how it's rounding. That's my only issue, I would say. It feels kind of awkward now. Doesn't feel smooth.
So I'm gonna add in some code, which is gonna do background gradient. We just need to add in a couple of custom colors. So like from blue one. So what it's gonna do is background. It's gonna go from the left of the container to the very right of the container.
So
it's gonna start from to the next color, and then 2 is the final color.
Yeah,
and those are all custom colors, which I'll show you how we could specify those in the Tailwind config. So you could also specify custom colors as well, especially for like RGB values.
So should we go to Tailwind config, right?
Yeah, Tailwind config. Yeah. So I'll grab those colors and I'll show you inside the config. So if we go to Tailwind config, and then we're going to add.
Damn, we got 4 legends in this live. I don't know who those legends are, but we've got 4 legends, guys.
Love it.
If you're here, you're a legend, is what I call that.
Yeah, right here we specify custom colors.
So we just do colors in the config for Tailwind config. That's cool.
Yeah, there we go. It looks good.
Nice. Oh, look at bro. You see? Damn.
Yeah.
Only thing I would like to do is like it feels kind of like boxy.
You can increase the spacing top and bottom. I feel like, or you could increase its width.
What is the actual roundedness of this? Padding 10 pixels. Yeah. Oh, this CSS sucks. Do you see this?
So, if I think if you click on it, okay, let me see.
Yeah, no, there's no border radius in this one.
No, it's 20 pixels.
Where do you see that though?
So let me show.
Right there. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. 20
He
pixels, yeah.
So maybe
So
so maybe
you can specify a custom value.
yeah, I think so. So I think we can decrease the width of this. So the padding width of the contact could be decreased to make it a little bit smoother, I would say. So
Yeah.
no?
You could decrease it, yeah. Yeah.
So if we go back to our header here. So let's decrease that px. I believe px, is there like a 4.5 or 3.5? Yeah, there is a 3.5 actually. Oh, what the hell is that?
You have to specify it in brackets. So that 3.5. Yeah.
Oh no, it worked.
Oh, they specify decimal values?
They do now. Look.
Good to know.
px3 maybe? Even smaller potentially? It's just like... Yeah, that's starting to look better, no? Or no, what do you think? I don't know, what do you guys think? Is it looking better?
It looks good. I like it.
Still looks choppy as hell though.
It's just what the online editor gives you.
You think so? Okay. Well, yeah, let's see how VS Code makes it look like, I guess.
Because like doing it in VS Code, it does look good.
Yeah. So we can always improve that, I think. 100%.
Yeah.
But it's looking pretty good. Look at this, bro.
Not bad.
Dude, it took us 2 hours just to create navigation.
That's insane.
All right, so I mean, we're basically at 5 p.m. right now. We're gonna continue on back on Monday with this, huh?
I love you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can make sure before we don't have any these like bullshit little bugs, because that was crazy setting it up at the beginning.
I mean,
But
it's okay. It's
part
part
of
of the
the
learning process.
experience.
It's part of the learning process, man. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything crazy about that, honestly. Again, for those
Yeah.
of you who are watching, this is gonna be just us learning how to build this, and of course, the actual full build is gonna go live after we're done with this build. So when we're done with this build, we're gonna put this fully live and actually fully film it properly, so you guys can learn it properly, and then go from there. Of course, this is for us. Just come and join, come code with us, have fun, you know, with the music, all that stuff, and then we'll actually teach you on the YouTube live later on.
And seeing
That's
the
cool,
behind
though.
the scenes.
This is behind the
cool.
scenes, basically.
You can
Of
see what
us-
it's really like to work on
of
these
us
projects
struggling.
from scratch.
It's crazy. And it's like no matter how much coding you do, you know, how much experience you do, like you're still always gonna struggle with the most basic stuff. Well, a lot of this stuff is also new because a lot of it's like 3D stuff, 3GS stuff, which is what's new to me personally. But yeah, like to me, this was like really cool. Let's see.
Yeah. Be cool if people build this and just experiment even with just the header. Like they change the different, like the way the font looks on the 3D text. I think that'd be fun. It's a really great way of like learning how to use the 3D stuff. It's just playing with the different things and experimenting. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see here.
But man, yeah. I'm ready to take a break and eat some food.
Eat some food?
Yes. Need that.
We should do an 8-hour call one day. That'd be fun. Like
That'd
from
be
the
fun.
morning, start at like 10 a.m. ended like 12 p.m. No, wait, no. From 10 a.m. to like 5 p.m.
Yeah, I think that's about 8 hours. Maybe a little bit more, but that'd be fun to challenge ourselves, see what we could build within that time frame.
I think we're gonna build a lot.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
We could probably build like half a page because it took us like a couple hours for this. I noticed the
Well,
time.
a lot of it was like just a setting up portion.
Yeah, it really was just a setting up portion.
A lot of it was a setup portion, honestly.
But
I do like the
it's
3D though.
looking
3D
good
was
now.
pretty cool. The 3D is pretty cool. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. 3D was pretty awesome though. Yeah. Anyways.
There's a lot to learn in 3D. Like,
yeah.
what's different about 3D is it's not always straightforward. You got to be like really creative and know how to use the different things to manipulate to make it look a certain way. It's a lot of creativity and being able to like
Yeah, and
experiment.
a lot of math as well. A lot of physics and math, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff to learn, so we'll definitely do more next week.
Okay, guys, that's it from us. Hope you guys have yourselves a great day. This song is so good. Some never gets
I know.
old.
It's been helping me pull through.
Someone says you have to work a lot. You must work a lot. Yes, we do. Someone said this is a great idea. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. All right, guys.
Need that.
See you guys later. Have a good day. Bye. Peace.
Okay.